3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, so I'm Sanzaif and welcome to Fuwa Call Time. Yes, and for people who don't know what Fuwa Call Time is, which is basically everybody, I'm starting this series that might only be one episode long, who knows, because I have nothing better to do in quarantine. So yeah, I'm just gonna find people to talk to about dancing, and yeah, so today I have my guest Lauren. Lauren, yeah. Hey, so Lauren, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. If you don't know me, if you see me in the collabs that we've done, my name is Lauren. I'm a dancer here on YouTube as well. Mainly a Dotometer, but I do the occasional K-pop as well. But yeah, I'm from the UK. If you can't tell by my horrible accent. But yeah, I'm just really happy to be here and happy to chat about this.
Yes, we're happy to just talk. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lauren, you're from the UK, right? Which part of the UK?
I'm originally from Yorkshire, which is kind of the middle, but now I'm living all the way down at the bottom in Norfolk.
Is it a city or is it countryside?
Mainly countryside where I'm at now.
Oh.
Basically, no city.
I've never lived in the countryside because Singapore is Singapore is basically a city.
Whole life. I'm used to it.
Yeah, so right now I assume is UK under lockdown?
We just last week got put out of lockdown. Basically, we weren't allowed to leave the house. Only once a day we were allowed to leave if you wanted to get exercise, but you couldn't drive anywhere. Since last week, we've changed it so you can drive to places. You still got to abide by social distancing rules, but a lot of places are starting to reopen now, and you shouldn't meet friends, but people obviously are. But they're keeping. But yeah, we're just kind of heading out of it now. I think they're saying July we should be pretty good.
Oh, but so has it affected you much or like countryside? I don't know.
Yeah, it hasn't. I'm still in a full-time job, so I haven't really felt the effects of quarantine.
Okay.
I just have the only difference is you can't go out anywhere. So kind of unusual, but yeah, even in the countryside, I think it's better. You've got more places to go. You've got more things to see. You're not worried about bumping into anyone because I live in a very, very small village. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys on my channel haven't seen Lauren, she's been part of my collabs before. So you're part of Sunny Days collab and also the I Meet You collab that was recently. Yeah, so thank you for joining my collabs. Wow.
I think the Sunny Days one was the first one.
Yeah. Oh really? Your first ever collab? Well, it was my first time organizing a collab too, so
a monster of a collab.
it was. Also, you know about Odo team battles, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever joined one?
No.
Or do you want to join one?
I would join one. I was nearly going to last year, but the timing wise and my work, it just didn't work out.
There's a new one, right?
New one coming up in the summer, isn't there?
Yeah.
I might do. I get nervous about battles, even though you shouldn't.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. Okay. So right now, we're gonna do something called random questions, where I'm just gonna ask you like really like short answered questions, and then you just answer like right off the top of your head. Okay? Okay.
Sure.
So, if you could meet one odori there, who would it be?
I think it would be Nina.
Nina. Okay. What is the food that you just had this morning or this afternoon?
I actually just ate a bit of toast.
Toast, like
Yeah.
Oh, toasted bread. Okay. What's your ideal holiday location?
I was gonna say Japan, but I've just been there this year. So I suppose next I'd like to go to Australia.
Okay. What video editing software do you use?
I use iMovie on my phone.
On your phone? Whoa, okay. What's the fastest amount of time you've taken to learn a dance?
The fastest was 10 minutes.
10 minutes. What song was that?
Yeah. It was the 45 seconds.
Oh, Yeonju go. Oh, 45 seconds. Okay. Last thing you've bought on the internet.
Oh, I actually just I've ordered so many things, but my purchase is actually a new summer jacket.
Okay. What's the latest show that you're watching? TV show or series?
Pretty bad with TV shows. I don't watch them that often. So the one I'm rewatching The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. Whoa. Okay. How many languages do you speak?
I speak one. I'd say English.
Yeah, I could
That's
get it. It probably is English. Okay. Favorite Vocaloid producer?
I have to say Deco.
Deco27. Oh, Deco27 is my favorite Vocaloid producer.
I love it. So, all of their songs, I'm just like,
So good, so good. Okay. How many times have you dyed your hair?
a lot.
A lot.
Brown. Yeah, I haven't been adventurous with different colours, but I do dye it that often because I kind of lightened my ends one year and they keep getting lighter and I keep dyeing them back brown.
Okay. And the last one is a song that you've been dying to learn, a dance.
Oh, that's tough. You know, I've always wanted to try and dance Elect.
Elect. Oh, Elect.
Yeah.
The really, really old song.
They're really, really old, but I thought at the time like way too difficult.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when you look at Elect now, the quality of the video is so pixelated. It's a dark room, like no studio lights kind of feeling.
So it's funny when you go back with this whole like May countdown that's been going on the internet.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in the old classics, and then when you look at the quality and the pixelation, I'm like, how did people learn this?
Yeah, like you can't even see the hand. What are they doing?
I have to zoom it right in and like, what finger are they holding up?
Yeah, okay. So that's all of random questions. I hope you guys know a bit more about what Lauren's like. So now I want to talk about filming outdoors because I've watched your covers and predominantly it's in nature because countryside. So can you tell me like when you film outdoor, what's your equipment? Like what do you bring with you?
The main thing I bring with me, I recently, when I first started making videos, I used to use one of those little gorilla tripods that I used to attach to some sort of fence or tree branch. I just makeshift it. But now I've actually got a proper tripod. I take that with me. The camera I film is just a Canon G7X. The really popular camera that all the vloggers use because the screen flips up. So I use that one. And that's usually all I take. I do have a Bluetooth speaker, but I find that your phone's good enough if you're close, if you put it on the floor close to you.
Do you film by yourself?
Yeah, you need water. Always bring water.
Do you usually film by yourself or are there people who come and help you?
Yeah, I'm mainly filming on my own, and that's a challenge in itself. It takes me probably 20 minutes to just even set up the shot because I've got to keep walking in, walking back out, seeing if I'm in the right position. So the framing's really hard. And another problem is like the autofocus. I can't tell whether I'm in focus or not. I can't tell when I go out the screen unless I can see it visually. So that's a challenge in itself.
Yeah, that sounds
And
really
also-
tedious.
You get nature. I get animals interrupting me. I'm usually in a place where people walk their dogs. I meet many different dogs every day. I've made new dog friends.
That sounds really fun. So like another thing is what time of the day do you usually film? So are you the super early in the morning or like straight in the midday where the sun is blazing down on you?
It depends on the scenario. Like if the dance I'm copying is a sunset kind of dance, I'll do it in the sunset. My main time of day is early in the mornings, mainly because one, it's not too hot in the mornings, and I find that it's a lot quieter over here in the mornings. People are too lazy to get up early, and when you go and film, nobody's around. And I don't mind people around, but it really aggravates me when people walk in the shop.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Don't.
I have to deal with that so much too. Okay, the other thing is, for a video cover, how long does it take for you to film since you're by yourself and you're outdoors?
The shortest one I've done was half an hour, and I nailed it in one take. And usually that never happens, so I left. Got really happy. But on an average, about an hour.
About an hour.
Up filming it. I usually try and do it 2 or 3 times because again, when I'm on my own, I can't see if it goes out of focus. I usually am satisfied if I get 2 full takes.
Well, I think that 1 hour is really impressive because I'm also at 1 hour, and these days I usually have someone to help me film, and it still takes 1 hour.
Wow. It also depends, like, some of the dances are so easily ingrained in my brain that nothing could distract me and I'm pretty good. But some others, you have to concentrate so hard.
Field takes.
Yeah.
Okay, next I want to ask about the UK odotemita scene. So, like, can you tell me, like, what are the big events that you have in UK?
Yeah, when I first got into it here, it's not as big as other countries by far. I had to do a lot of searching and try and find other people that actually did this sort of thing. I found a lot of them through Twitter. A lot of the friends I'm friends with now I found through that site.
Twitter's powerful.
Did a search UK, and then there it was. And then after making friends with them, they went into a Facebook group with loads of others. That was kind of nice. But as far as, like, I'd say our biggest convention is one called Hyper Japan. That usually runs twice a year. They do a summer one and a winter one. And a lot of people go there. They've set up a little stage, and basically anyone can go and dance if you apply. And a few of my friends have danced there too. And then we've also got, I think MCM Comic Con have a pop age stage where you can go and perform there as well. But yeah, we don't have too many. A lot of us British dancers are going overseas to the bigger cons.
Like Dokomi, right?
Which is supposed to be going on right now.
Oh yeah, they're having online Dokomi, right?
Live streaming now and tomorrow, because it's Saturday when we're recording this.
So you've been to Dokomi before, right? You've performed there?
Yeah, I went first time last year, and
but in Germany, right?
Pardon?
Dokomi is in Germany, right? So are they all speaking German?
Yeah. You have no idea what they're saying. There's one girl that speaks great English and she can translate, but when you're on the stage, I think if you watch back some of the videos, it's quite funny because we have no idea if we're being introduced. We have no idea when we so next time brush up on your German skills, because when you watch the opening ceremony and closing ceremony, it's all in German. But a lot of people go there and really friendly, and it's really big convention that I really wanted to go to this year.
Yeah, I think I would want to go to Dokomi. Like, in the entire world, there's all the Japan events, then there's the Asia region, then Dokomi is the big Europe side that would be super fun.
It was so fun, and there's so much surrounding J culture that they do over there. So you're just absorbed in this little world. It's really good.
Okay, so can you tell me, like, who are the famous odorite in UK? Like, who are the big names?
It was really hard because going back to the scene's not that big over here. But the first person I ever found who was British, she's called Kelsey Ellison, and she's Yorkshire like me. And I think she started her channel years and years ago, and her covers really blew up. And she did one, I think the first one I ever saw of her was a Bad Apple cover where she's dancing fireplace, and she split screens the video. And back then, that was like a challenge in itself to do. And she dances both parts. And I think now that cover's got over 1.5 million views.
Whoa, that's a lot.
But and it just went crazy. And it's kind of the video that I found first and kind of got me to the whole thing. And then I didn't realize she was British for ages. But now she doesn't really do the dancing anymore. She still dances, but I don't think she does a dotometer. But she's a big YouTuber. I think she's got over like 100,000 subs. So she's big now. And then I remember seeing there's another girl called Xena Chu. I think that's how you say her name. But she's kind of a K-pop dancer now. But she was quite big earlier. But yeah, we don't really have the famous ones, not compared to Japan, I'd say.
And do you guys have any like local dance groups? Or is everyone too spread out?
Yeah, they're kind of spread out all over the place. We don't really have any. There used to be one that I used to follow, which is Crystal Neko's group, who's a dancer here on YouTube. And she had a dance group, or she was in a dance group called MK Dance UK. And they were kind of the big dance group that I knew of that did collabs every day. And they'd kind of perform at Hyper Japan. And that's kind of how I found them. And they were kind of the biggest group I had heard of that was like a nice collab group. But there isn't really any more that you can be a part of, which is really frustrating, which is why it's nice to have to do these online collabs.
Yeah, I think Singapore, I would think that our community is quite big. I thought that we had a lot of dancers and dance groups. But then I went to Hong Kong to meet some Hong Kong odorites. And like Hong Kong has a lot of dance groups, you know. I asked them, I told them, oh, these are the dance groups we have in Singapore. Then I named them one by one, and then I ended. And then they were like, is that all? Because in Hong Kong, there's so many dance groups that at events is super competitive. Like it's really hard for your dance group to get in just because of how many other dance groups there are. And I'm like, wow.
You have no trouble here.
Yeah, so I think in Singapore, the numbers are growing actually. I think, in my opinion, I feel like there's more people performing and it makes stages a bit more competitive. But yeah, more people is great.
Yeah, I think when you did a local collab, didn't you, with loads of Singapore? And I was like, if you did that here, you would not have enough people to do it.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest influences for Singapore is one of the universities has an Odote Mita club.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called Odoro, and they basically, it started off as 6 people, and then I think after 1 year they hit 20 people, and then now they have like 30 or 40 in a university. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like my dream.
Yeah, where was that? When I was in school.
I know, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a few. Go around universities now. Here, there's a lot of K-pop.
K-pop's really big, isn't it?
Really blowing up.
You love BTS, don't you?
I love BTS.
Other than BTS, what other groups are you into?
I really like Blackpink.
Blackpink.
I really do love them a lot. And I love Mamamoo.
Yes, Mamamoo. Mamamoo's so good.
Oh, they are so good. And I think like once you're into one K-pop band, you're into all of them because they're all, you realise the hard work they put in. And I'm just like, I hold my hands up to you K-pop dancers because they're so hard.
Yeah. Oh gosh, K-pop dances are so hard. You think that you could, but it's so difficult.
I think that's why, I mean, personally, I got into a dotometer because the dances are actually capable for myself who's not a dancer.
Yeah.
I grew up taking dance lessons. I don't think I've ever had a dance lesson in my life. And there was something that was fun and I enjoyed that I felt I could physically do. And now with K-pop, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's insane.
Are you involved in the K-pop community in UK?
No, there isn't really nothing around here where I'm from. It's all London based and it's quite far away from where I live.
Mm-mm. Okay. Oh, another thing I wanted to ask was, at Dokomi, did you meet Aoi?
Yeah,
Tell me, tell me more.
it was I think it was their second time going to Dokumi. They usually invite some sort of bigger Dorite to go and perform on the stage. This year it was Melachin and Pento was supposed to be there.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
which is like everyone's dream to meet them. But last year, Moa, and I'll be honest, I was honest with my friends. I didn't really know Mezimoa that well, but I knew of Aoi because of his covers with the other dancers out there. So they did a performance, and because me and Crystal Neko were in the dance contest, they were actually the judges as well. So really scary to actually dance in front of the people you've actually watched on YouTube for years, and it was so nervous. But afterwards we got to take a picture with them. They did a free handshake session where you could go along and say a few words to them. There's one called Nichan who actually speaks English fluently.
Whoa.
So he was the only one to have like a decent conversation with. In the dance contest I was dressed as a wolf. And so when I did the handshake session, they were like, "Oh, Okame," which is like, and I was like, "Yeah, that's me, great." And so communication was hard, and they don't like use chat for long, but it was really nice to just see them in person. And he's actually really small as he looks on screen. And I'm not the tall person, but he is really short.
Really?
Yeah.
Other than Mesemoa, have you met any other Odorite?
No, not. They were my first ones. I briefly met a group called Banzai Japan at Hyper Japan, but they are idols. Not really.
Are you into idol culture?
Not really. Just kind of watch it every now and again, but I don't really have a favorite idol.
Okay, so the next question I have for you is, what's your most memorable dance? Either cover or performance?
Definitely, after we've just talked about it just now, definitely Hand in Hand. We got to do a dance at Dokumi, and it was Hand in Hand, which we picked as a group because we knew Aoi knew the dance. And they said if we picked that one, he might get up on stage and dance with us, and he did. And we actually danced that dance 3 times, but there's only one version of it on YouTube right now. Amazing. Not only were we dancing with him, but we were dancing with all the friends that I've made over the years in real life. So that one definitely the memorable dance. But also, I think my favourite ones are the ones we've done together. So like Sunny Days and I Meet You, and I did my first duet collab was with Kokiko here on YouTube, and we did Hatch Cat's Paradise.
Oh yeah, Kukiko. I know about Kukiko.
Oh, she's so good and she's so lovely. And we were wanting to dance together for ages, and it never worked out. And because she lived here, she doesn't anymore. She lives in Japan, but it was quite easy to meet up with her. But I think because I'm here on my own, dancing with other people definitely stick out as my favorite dances.
Okay, do you have any other hobbies in the J culture spectrum, like anime or drawing, that kind of thing?
My biggest other thing is probably the Studio Ghibli films. I'm a big fan of them. My favorite movie is My Neighbor Totoro. Like, I've watched that film countless times. But in terms of like anime, I watch anime, but I'm not like a diehard anime fan. I don't really have a favorite anime, but I watch it if it's on Netflix.
Or Netflix anime dubbed? Do you watch dubbed or subbed?
I did have Crunchyroll for a while, but I find it really hard to watch it when it's not English dubbed because I like to have it on and do other things, and when it's subtitled, I have to be there reading it. I lose context.
Okay, lastly, do you have any goals as a dancer for the year or for life or that kind of thing? Oh no!
Sorry. And collapsed. I think my biggest goal would be I'd love to do more contests as a dancer. I think when you're dancing on stage and the adrenaline kicks in and you forget about everything, I love that kind of stuff. And I obviously, as a personal goal, I want to just improve my dancing. I think by doing harder choreographies, like you say, with these K-pop dances, they really do challenge your skill as a dancer. And having never danced before, I'm really learning timing and just flexibility within myself that was never there before. So in terms of like goals, that's some of mine, just to do harder dances and get better and maybe dance with more people that, you know, like yourself, we speak online, but we've never actually met, and it'd be so awesome to eventually dance with those people in real life.
Yeah, definitely. If I go to Man, but if I go to UK, it's probably going to be in the city, you know? Like I go to UK and then fly to the countryside just to meet you.
But that's the thing, like the UK is pretty small and it is realistic to get to the city. So if you go to a city, it wouldn't be that to get to.
Okay, yes, okay, we've come to the end of the episode of Fuwa Call Time. Thank you, Lauren. And you can like we can do this YouTube thing where you like plug your social media things. So
Oh, okay. Well, I do have a channel. It'll probably be linked below, I'm sure. I have Instagram, Twitter. I have everything. Yeah, my channel's pretty small. I'm not a pro dancer or anything like that, but if you want to check it out, I'd be really happy.
okay, thank you. Yeah, I think our channels are actually like really close in terms of subscribers.
Yeah, I think so. Like the 200 mark.
Yeah,
Kind of.
the mid 200s. No,
Yeah,
but you also post on Nico Nico, right?
yeah, I do. When I first uploaded, I did have a free account. So as a free user, you have, I think, 50 uploads, and I have actually just kind of topped that. So I do post on there, but it's not as often as YouTube.
But I felt so I've always been on YouTube and then only recently I've been on Nico Nico. The thing is, like, I can put something on Nico Nico, not publicize it, and it can hit 200, 300 views by itself. You know?
Yeah, the algorithm is crazy over there, and
Yeah.
people can size your videos for you, and so they get shown more. It's just a better platform in
Yeah.
general.
I was like, how have I not been? Like, one day bring me to Japan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because when we did the Sunny Days collab,
Yeah, you helped me upload.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, okay. Yes, okay, now really end of episode. Okay, thanks Lauren.
Uh,
Bye.